Terrific basketball action comes your way once again as Osaka EVESSA hosts Kyoto HANNARYZ. These two squads faced each other yesterday, and Osaka won that one by a nail-biter, 97-95, so expect this one to be just as close. Good afternoon and welcome to the Okini Arena Maishima, our venue here this Sunday for B.LEAGUE action. Our three officials are making their way to the court as, little by little, we're going to set up this matchup because it promises to be a good one. Another classic, courtesy of Japanese basketball. First and foremost, let's take a look at the team standings for both these squads. This is a Western Conference matchup. As you can see, Kyoto in third spot with a 25-23 card, and right under them, Osaka EVESSA at 500 at 24-24. Both these squads trying to get to at least where Shimane is, which is at 30-18, to be able to sneak into the playoffs. So these two squads still have a chance to make it to the next phase of the competition. There you can see 5th and 6th spot. Right now, the target is to be able to make it to 32 wins of Gunma. Right now, let's take a look at the lineup of Coach Roy Boykin. Osaka really has their head coach is Hiroki Fujita. But for today, once again, Ruben takes over. So he's got number 1, Ray Parks, number 5, Matt Bonds, number 11, Ryan Luther, and number 52, Volodymyr Herun as his mainstays. On the other hand, Roy Rana will have number 10, Charles Jackson, number 32, that's Angelo Caloario, and we have number 35, Jordan Heath, and finally, Yuta Okada, number 77, one of the best locals here in the B-League. Key player matchup is going to be Herun up against Jackson. As you can see, their numbers essentially on the floor at the same time, same number of minutes, also just about the same outputs. So the big question is, will these two players mirror themselves once again? Will they cancel each other out? We'll find out. There were a few instances wherein Coach Hiroki Fujita was unavailable for his squad because he was sick. But the last time we covered him, that was March 29, he was there on the floor helping out his squad to victories. There's Coach Ruben Boykin. So we hope that Coach Hiroki is okay. He's been on and off the floor for his squad, which isn't a good thing. You don't want distractions. But again, health concerns are something that really every individual has to go through. As we take a look at Coach Roy Rana, he's been a constant on the bench here this season. Coach Roy Rana has done quite well with his squad, but they're a few games short of being able to make it to the playoffs. They need a victory here, that's for sure. On the other side, same thing with Osaka. Same thing with Coach Ruben. They need a victory. They cannot fall further behind. The season is coming to a close. Let's enjoy the fanfare before the 5:10 tip-off. There we have the starters for Kyoto. We got number 3, Kanta Mizuno. Number 10, Charles Jackson. Number 32, that's Angelo Caloario. Number 51, Takatoshi Furukawa. And definitely, they need number 77 on the floor, Yuta Okada. These were the stats from yesterday. Both with the same amount of turnovers. As you can see, the numbers essentially even. In terms of field goal percentage, though, shooting better from 2 was Kyoto at 76% as compared to 62%, but it evened out because we had Osaka shooting 42% against 33% from 3. Free throw numbers just about equal. 11 free throws made by Kyoto and 9 by Osaka. These two squads match up very well. Suzuki had a tremendous showing yesterday. He had 12 points, 1 rebound and 5 assists, but they were led by the 17 points, 2 boards and 3 assists of Ray Parks. Volodymyr Hirun contributed 17 points, 7 rebounds and 5 assists, helped out by the 2 other world imports. Matt Bonds had 16 points, 3 rebounds and 5 dimes, and Luther had 15 points, 8 rebounds and 1 assist. As we have the starting 5 here for Osaka. Beginning with number 1, Parks, number 5, Bonds, Tatsuya Suzuki, Terun, number 52, and rounding out their starting lineup is number 88, Hayato Maki. For Kyoto, top performers yesterday was Yuta Okada with 31 points, 2 rebounds, and 3 assists. As we take a look at our referees, you got referee Hireide, referee Nakagawa, and referee Yanagida. Charles Jackson contributed 21 points. He had 9 rebounds, close to a double-double. Also had with 3 assists. Angelo finishing with 18 points, 3 rebounds, and 10 assists. And finally, Rion Shibuta, also in double digits scoring-wise. He would finish with 12. There you have the starters for both these squads. Once again, going through it. The hosts got Parks, Bonds, Suzuki, Herun, and Maki. For Kyoto, we've got Mizuno, Jackson, Caloario, Furukawa, and Okada. Just as a footnote, Osaka EVESSA collaborates with volleyball team Osaka Blution, which belongs to the SB.LEAGUE. So EVESSA, they wear special jerseys which is inspired by their team color blue. That was yesterday, and they're going to do that same here today. That is not their usual color. Going with a different one here today. And we are set to go. Another classic matchup. 2 squads trying to sneak into the playoffs. Trying to sneak into the wild card. Who will get the upper hand? Will it be Osaka? Will it be Kyoto? We're about to find out. Fans are ready. Officials are ready. And we're all set to go. There's the countdown. As they almost always do here in Japan. And we have tip-off. First possession to the visitors. Jackson not able to execute his pass. With start off with a turnover. Bonds with a handoff. Suzuki. Let's stop his forward progress. Maki looking for space. Shot clock. Still at 7. That's a great crossover move. Sets up Bonds. Bonds with a jumper. Yes! That was exceptional ball movement from Osaka. Okada. Almost to the turnover there. He will almost always be doubled. Talking about Yuta. They try and look for him. To the wing. Needing to put that one up. Shot clock was winding down. Suzuki will try to push off that miss from Mizuno. Frustration shown here. They'll give it up. Parks. They'll reset the offense. Maki. See all that ball movement, and still they've got a lot of time still under shot clock. Turnover though. You have to like the ball movement as we take a look at what transpired there. They're going to call a foul. That might be on Hirun. Or is it going to be just a stoppage of play because the shot clock didn't go off? Just trying to get confirmation. As you can see, the shot clock doesn't show any digits. Hirun there talking about the situation with Matt Bonds. Mentioning the fact that if they come and collapse, you're going to need to help me out. Again, a brief huddle by both these squads with their respective coaches. For Osaka, Ruben Boykin, Roy Rana for Kyoto HANNARYZ. There's Roy Rana. He's asking about the stoppage here. That should be their ball because the shot clock did expire. Looks like we are going the other way. Or are they going to give the ball back with the second remaining? Seems like they're just testing it out. They're testing it once again just to make sure that it does run all the way down. So officially a turnover. No foul on Hirun. They'll get it with the full 24. Takatoshi Furukawa is in the ball game for the first time. It's a quick substitution here. Charles Jackson will be fouled. Parks hurting there. Ooh, that's a solid pick. Like I said, the foul is going to be called on Hayato Maki, number 88. Jackson first, a little too strong. So check that Furukawa was part of the starting lineup. One is our tally. Suzuki. Got a Bond. Taking his time. Step back jumper from 16 feet. All 4 points, courtesy of Matt Bonds. 3-point lead now at 4-1. Parks, active hands with a steal. 3-on-1 break. Bonds. That's an easy finish. Smart move as well by Okada to just let it go. No point in giving an extra basket. Not to mention a poor foul. There's another turnover. That kind of start that Kyoto wants. Kyoto slightly has a better record here. But with a win by Osaka, they'll be tied at 25 and 24. Right now, Osaka, exact net 500. 24-24 card. Pocket pass goes to Hirun. Out of contact. Jackson apologizes. Nice slip there by Hirun. Already was tripped up there initially. That's why the first personal foul would be given to Rion Shibuta. One team foul each. Parks gives it over to Hirun. Will get it back. Looking for space. Opts to take a shot and hits. Nice fall away there for Ray Parks. He's in a real rhythm, especially since yesterday he scored 17 points. 8-1 is our tally. Almost a steal, but a foul will be called there. And Tatsuya says, yes, I did. I hacked him. Clearly got Angelo across the arm. Second team foul now for Osaka. It's Ruben calling out the defensive assignments. 3 minutes gone in the opening quarter. Angelo gets it. Makes his move. Angelo there with a handoff. That could have been another assist. Goes back to Angelo. He's a terrific passer, as you can see. He had 10 assists yesterday to go with his 18 points. That's a nice find. Open three, yes! Kanta Mizuno hits. That's going to be the first assist for Angelo. You can see the way he's able to really read the floor. Bond gives it up. Hirun trying to make his move. Will overshoot though. Boy, Rion Shibuta just showing us speed, and Parks will pick up a personal, his first. Look at him dribble. He sends it forward. Now 3 team fouls for Osaka here in the opening period. Furukawa, he's a gunner. A little bit too strong. Parks tracks that one down. Long rebound. I'll take advantage of the much smaller Rion. He'll overshoot though. Could have used glass in that instance. Still a 4-point lead. Angelo sends it right back. This time holds on to it against a much smaller Suzuki. Defense in a blender there. As you can see them scrambling. Shibuta. No. Furukawa goes to Angelo. Angelo will overshoot and a foul is going to be called on Suzuki. That'll be number 2. So Tatsuya quickly knows he's going to be replaced. Watch the push here. Gotta get away with a little shove. He got caught. And the hosts are now in the penalty with still 5:36 to be played. Ryan Luther checking in for the first time. Jumper will come up short. Another rebound snared by Parks. Bonds in the open court. Gets to his spot but will overshoot. Good defense there by Angelo. Just tries to create once again. He'll put up a 3. Short, but At the right place, at the right time was Jordan Heath. That's instant offense for Jordan. Heath got down to 2. That's what Ryan can do. Knock down those threes. Back up to a 5-point lead here for Osaka. Nice spin by Shibuta. Shibuta possesses a lot of speed. Angelo. Back to Rion. 2-man game up high. That's a poor foul from Hayato. Not realizing his team's in the penalty. Oh, he was clearly holding on. It's not a smart foul. That's also going to be his second. The 2 players already with 2 fouls each. Maki and Suzuki. No choice here, really, for Coach Ruben Boykin to come in with shock troopers. Number 0, Ryumo Ono, checking in for the first time, the veteran at 36 years of age. Shibuta gets the first. Matthew Wright used to play for Kyoto last year. He has now moved on to play for the Kawasaki Brave Thunders. Bonds will give it up. Sparks. Not in any hurry. They're still up by 3. Luther. Push shot. Yes. Quick 5 points for Ryan here. Coming off the bench. Almost a steal. There is. Not able to put it through though. But Luther's there for the putback. Talk about immediate impact. 7 points for Ryan Luther. Almost another steal. Angelo complaining about a foul. He felt he got hacked on that pass. Another one there for Ryan. Definitely a timeout needed here by Coach Roy Rana. 10 points in about a minute and a half for Ryan Luther. Talk about a heat check. And again, Tsuchiya, knowing who's hot, goes to Luther. And Luther knocks down that 3. Back to the action. Roy Rana coming off that timeout, designing a play, and it turns out Rion Shibuta just took it all the way in. The defense didn't react to him with the basketball, so why not take it? First field goal for Shibuta here. Kitia from the outside, no. Good shot by Daiki though. They gave him that shot. To the wing. Ono for 3. A little bit offline. He'll track it down. That's going to be the second personal foul on Ray Parks. He's going to have to hit the bench, but again, wanting to just make sure there were no easy points. So 2 players, check that, 3 players now. Suzuki, Maki, and Parks with 2 fouls each. That's going to mess up the substitution pattern definitely of Coach Boykin. Angelo on the line. Gonna cut into this deficit. Takes care of the first. Angelo Caluari is from the United States. 6'8", 35-year-old. Point forward. Kasal leads down to 6. Take the ball movement once again. You can see Luther is a marked man. He should be already in double digits. With just about 2 minutes on the floor. Bonds floats it up, but there's Luther once again at the right place at the right time. He's got 12 points. That's 12 points in 2 minutes. Exceptional. Lead back up to 8. Angelo inside. Nice find. But Ono can't convert. Angelo just might not get to 10 assists like what he did yesterday if his shooters can't find the bottom of the rim. Joji Takeuchi, the veteran, checking in. He is 39 years old. 6'9", long-time member of the Japanese national squad. In its early years, as Furukawa checks back in here for Kyoto. Pressure in the backcourt. Makoto Kinoshita bringing it down here for the boys in blue. Finds some space. Overshoots though. Charles Jackson back in the fray. Shibuta gives it out. Jordan Heath a little bit too strong. Ryan will push. That's a nice find. Setting up his center. Takeuchi getting Charles Jackson to bite. Defense had to react there. And Charles Jackson will pick up his first personal foul. Takeuchi on the line for 2. Here comes Okada. Had a brief rest. He has not yet scored. He, together with Furukawa, are their best local scorers. Georgie makes the first. Leads back up to 9. Two for 2 on the free throw line. Back up to a 10-point lead at 22-12. Final 2 minutes. Needed to make their move here. Are the visitors. A little bit too strong on that 3. They have yet to hit any of their outside shots. Takeuchi up high. Kinoshita finds Joji. Ryan Luther. Couple of moves. Up and under. That time will miss. Jackson clears. They need to score here. They're still down by 10. They've only scored 12 points here in the first period. Almost a steal. Ooh, getting away. That's a nice turn there. Coming from Seiya Kunishi. He's on the board. He cuts the lead down to 8. Approaching the final minute of the opening period. Luther will give it up. To the wing. Tsuchiya for three. Yes! Everybody contributing here. Now Tsuchiya, 1 out of 2 from long distance. Heath taking his time, finds Furukawa. Jackson, who likes to operate closer to the basket, hands it off. Okada, this guy's a 3-level scorer, but he has been really hampered by the defense here. They're blitzing him. Jordan, no. Charles Jackson, yes. Not going to be able to get that to drop, but he's got a free throw coming up. It's now an 11-point advantage here. And Charles Jackson will try to cut into this deficit. Kyoto 20.5 seconds remaining. Things looking good so far here for Coach Boykin, not for Coach Rana. These 2 free throws will definitely help. 16 points in a quarter is still low. But this will definitely cut into that deficit. They have fouls to give coming down on the defensive end. A little bit too strong in the second. He's got Suzuki back. They want his leadership here for the final 20 seconds. They want to pad this lead. Parks in the ball game as well, despite those 2 personal fouls for those 2 gentlemen. Suzuki almost got away. Flips it up. Surprisingly, Kyoto didn't foul. But they got the defensive stop after 10 minutes of action. It's a 10-point lead enjoyed by Osaka, 25-15. (25-12) as we begin. Check that, 25-15 as we begin the second quarter. 12 points already here for Ryan Luther. Almost half of the production. Open 3. A little bit too strong. Looking for the ball there was Tsuchiya. Parks in the ball game once again. Nice pocket pass. They go to the wing. Bonds, open three. Just a little bit off to the left. Good possession though. They got the shot that they wanted. Furukawa coming off that curl. Foul's going to be called there. Stopping the action on Fumiya Leo. They got into a lot of these early fouls in that first period. That's why they gave so many free throws up. Didn't hurt them. But again, that's not what you want. They gave up 8 free throws in the first quarter. Kyoto shooting 6 out of 8 for 75%. Jackson, quick double. Might want to take advantage of Parks. Parks didn't want to pick up a third. He would have definitely been sitting the rest of this period. The rest of the half, actually. Nevertheless, a good move by Charles Jackson. Ooh. Players down. They're playing 5-on-4. They go inside. Volodymyr. Parks for 3. No. Angelo. Trying to get out on the break. As they check on Kanta Mizuno. Let's see what happened here. Oh, that's a Charlie horse. He got it right smack there on the thigh. He'll be okay. He's gonna just have to stretch that one out. As we have coming in for the first time, Hayato Kawashima. A 34-year-old, standing 6'1". Let's see how he can contribute to his squad. He can shoot from the outside. He's also a very good slasher. Back to Okada. They always send the double. They want it out of his hands. Angelo for 3. No. Bonds goes to Parks. Parks with the attack. Finds Herun. Volodymyr with a big slam. Parks with the assist. Watch it once again. Beating his man, Furukawa. Definitely, Charles Jackson had to help out. And Kawashima also late to react. Charles Jackson saying, I didn't touch him. But Kawashima there with his first personal foul on the reach-in. Herun converts. This now matches their biggest lead of the contest at 11. It's now 28-17. Kawashima to the wing. Furukawa back rims that one. They'll reset. Let's see if Okada can get himself going here. Finally gets one to drop. Okada with only 2 points and 1 assist. They need his production. Pocket pass once again. Herun up and under move. Too easy. Charles Jackson not wanting to pick up a cheap foul there. Let him through. Lead is back up to 11. Okada again. Looking for space. They switch up high. Furukawa from 12 feet. Just short. Bonds all the way in, but will overshoot. A little bit too quick that time. Charles Jackson with a slight nudge. Is there going to be a foul on Parks? That's going to be number 3. Parks was very careful. And Charles Jackson, though, was very aware of the fact that Ray had 3. That's not going to be a foul on Parks. There was a reach-in by that gentleman there, Leo. He'll pick up his second. Second team foul now for Osaka. Parks will hit the bench for a moment. Kinoshita back. Still up by 9. Might be a good time to get Ryan Luther in, especially since he was scintillating in the first 10 minutes of action. Roy Rana surveying the situation. Charles Jackson back on the line. He had a split earlier. Gonna miss another one here. Suzuki back. And he uses speed once again. Rion Shibuta, also the starting point guard of the boys in white. Back on the floor. Nice look. Open three. Just short. Again, the shooters are getting to their spots. That's a perfect pass. Right back to Charles Jackson. Another assist here for Angelo. Assist number 2. And that lead has been cut down to 7. Coming off that timeout, we see the play design here by Coach Boykin. And if his squad can execute, almost a travel there from Makoto. Makoto's going to force the issue, and it works. He's got a wry smile because that's not the way it was diagrammed by Coach Boykin. Looked like he had to find Hirun on the roll, but he just saw a clear path. And Kawashima will pick up foul number 2. Trying to bring this lead back up to double digits. Makoto converts. 33-23 is our tally. Shibuta past the timeline. Gives it up to Angelo. You want him handling that basketball. He almost always makes the right play. Kawashima. Trying to find the shooter on the wing. But they're really overplaying Okada. They have been all throughout. Especially since he burned them yesterday for 31 points. Today just with 2. Too much movement. Kawashima will launch a 3. Maybe not the best of shots. That's clearly a foul on Angelo, and they're saying it might be an unsportsmanlike foul. He made contact there. It looks like they're going to review this one, just to be certain. But he did make a lot of contact there with the head, specifically the forehead. Coach Rana, though, saying, review it, please. So it does get downgraded, possibly. You can see he was just trying to get the basketball though. No malice intended by Angelo, but again, it looked a little worse than what we really witnessed there. Let's see how the referees interpret this one. Could actually go either way. You can make a case for both sides. Also, at the same time, you could argue there was no wind-up. He was just trying to make a stab for the ball. But again, don't tell Osaka that. They're going to say, we want the foul to stay, and it does. First personal foul on Angelo. So 2 free throws coming up, plus ball possession for Osaka. Conley takes care of business. This is now their biggest lead at 12. Got possession, looking for more. Nice find inside. Defense was able to react. Floater's not going to happen though for Hayato. Set up the offense. Jackson up high. Calling out the play, and Suzuki's gonna pick up foul number 3. Nice smile there from Suzuki as he said, what am I supposed to do against such a tall individual? Okada is 6'3". Suzuki is only 5'7". He picks up foul number 3, and in is Takumi Takagi. His first entry here. 3 team fouls each. And off. They find Angelo. Angelo scores. Angelo now with 4 points, 4 rebounds, 2 assists. That's a nice find. Makoto gets away for 2. Timely cut there from Makoto Kinoshita. He has helped out offensively here today, especially in the second period. Angelo trying to work. Sets up his center. That's a picture-perfect pass. Jackson though, holding on to his ankle. Talk about finding your teammates at the right spots. We got a timeout on the floor. It is a 10-point advantage enjoyed by Osaka.
さあここから皆さんめちゃめちゃでっかいアルセンディフェンスいきましょう。ワンショットに失礼しました。ワンショット。さあごっついやついきましょう。
Charles Jackson looking to complete a three-point play here. Jackson already with 10 points. He has missed so many free throws though. He's going to make that one. As he comes off for Jordan Heath. Kurokawa back in. Lead is down to 9. Jackson with 11 points, 7 rebounds. Close to a double-double. Terrific performance, but his steam is still down here. Bonds gets it over to Parks. Release pass. Luther in the ball game now. It's been a while. Let's see. He still has the shooting touch. Luther there will get denied. Nice block there from Jordan Heath. For a shot, not gonna work. Angelo will push. Gets it forward. Kurokawa left open. He dodged the bullet. Jordan Heath knocked into a fan there. Gonna save that ball, but you can see Parks. Oh, that lady got the shoe in the face. Pressure in the backcourt once again. Shibuta. But Tsuchiya is able to break that press. Quick ball movement. Tsuchiya launches a three. A little bit too strong. Another rebound for Angelo. He's got 6 now. Not to mention the fact he's got 3 assists. He should have at least 5. That's a nice move. And a great basket there coming from Mizuno. How did he finish that one? Extra pass, open 3, yes! That's very good ball movement. Lead is back up to 10, 40 to 30. The ball game, hitting that 3 was Matsumoto. Parks can't get to that board. Another 14 seconds here in the offensive end. That's a foul. And Osaka is already in the penalty. Not a good foul from Tsuchiya. He apologizes, not realizing. You can't reach in. Not at this stage when you're in the penalty. First personal foul on Tsuchiya. Reita Matsumoto is actually a late addition here to this squad. So far with averages of 3.7 points, 0.3 rebounds, and 0.3 assists. Still trying to get used to the system here in Osaka. Trying to give them quality minutes. Lead still at 8. Parks and company. Still on top. We go inside. Luther. That's a smart play. Jordan Heath left his feet. Watch it here. And he was going into the body of Ryan Luther. It's a smart play by Ryan. Just to try to get back into the groove. He had 12 points and just about 2.5 minutes on the floor in the first period. Once again, if you're just joining us, you might be wondering, why is Osaka EVESSA in blue instead of their usual red? Well, Osaka EVESSA collaborates with volleyball team Osaka Blution, who belong to the SV League, the Japanese Professional Volleyball League. So EVESSA is wearing a special jersey today, and they did the same thing yesterday. The color blue, inspired by their volleyball team. Push shot will drop there for Angelo. He's picking his spots, and when he wants to go on the offensive end, Volodymyr back on the floor here for Osaka. Approaching the 2-minute mark. Tsuchiya left wide open. That rattles out. Angelo likes to push. And then puts up an early shot. Yes! You've got to stop the man with the basketball. He's the most dangerous. Knocks down that 3. The lead is down to 5. And a timeout needed by Coach Boykin. Back to the action here. Just about the final 2 minutes of the first half. Luther goes back high. Parks his pass. Almost intercepted there by Angelo. Making a real strong push here is Kyoto. Luther. A little bit too strong, but Volodymyr is there for the easy putback. Leads back up to 7. Herun right now with 7 points, 2 rebounds. Shibuta to the corner. Mizuno. Tried to lob that. Keith not up to the task. Wide open 3. No. Furukawa though will foul Herun. Furukawa wanted to make sure there was no easy basket. Smart play there by the 37-year-old. But at the same time, both these teams are in the penalty. 1 minute 7 seconds remaining. A timeout will be called this time by Kyoto.
背中を押してください。
The first for Volodymyr is good. So far, Osaka has been perfect from the field. Check that. From the free throw line, they're 9 out of 9. Only one turnover so far for Osaka EVESSA. And I jinxed him. First miss for the entire EVESSA squad. Lead is back up to 8 though. Angelo will bring it closer. Sets up Shibuta. And Shibuta hits. That's going to be another assist here. Angelo now with 4. And 4 corners here. Risky pass. 2-man game. Parks looking for his spot. He'll have to give it up. Shot clock down to 3. Parks puts up a long one. A little bit too strong. Volodymyr will be fouled once again. He is so active on the offensive boards. And because of that active nature that he has, he will head to the line for 2 shots. Take your pick. Angelo or Jordan. They give it to Angelo. That's his second. 24.9 remaining, so 0.9 difference between the game clock and the shot clock. Kyoto will be sent back in for defensive purposes. Looks like they're going to relieve Parks, which is actually a good idea. You don't want Parks picking up a third. Second down for Volodymyr. 30-year-old Ukrainian. That'll rattle out. Second time he's gone 50% from the free throw line. And Makoto was supposed to come in for Hirun, but he missed the free throw. Game clock, shot clock winding down. Is that a block? It's a block. And they're going to count the basket. And that is why they wanted to get Ray Parks off the floor. He will pick up a third. And he might not be available to start the third. Nice smile there from Ray as Coach Boykin said, I was trying to get him out. Couldn't, because the free throw didn't go down for Volodymyr. 0.6 remaining. Angelo trying to get this lead down to 3. No, he's going to get it back though. Will it drop? That might count. That might count. Wow. Suddenly things have gone from bad to worse. Long rebound. Nobody stayed with the shooter. They're going to review this one though. 0.6 is more than enough time for a catch and shoot. And there's confirmation. It counts. And after 2 periods, Osaka still leads
saja.
サニーズの皆さんでした。ありがとうございました。
私たちは従来の物流から現代のそして未来の物流を作っていく。お客様と共に持続可能な新しい物流を。中野運送株式会社。
さあこのお時間では中野運送株式会社プレゼンツハーフタイムアトラクションフリースロー対決をフリー対決を行います。スパン水本健さんにもご協力いただきます。
大きいです。
さあそしてマイド君にもご登場いただくということです。あれマイド君もいないさあそれでは早速ですね、参加者の皆さんにご登場いただきましょう。どうぞ皆さん拍手をお願いください。さあ本日は冠ブースの抽選会で当選した、皆さんによる梨田チームと、中野運送株式会社のヨッシーチームによるフリースロー対決となります。さあルールは、1人2本ずつ、フリースローを打っていただいて入った合計の多いチームが勝利となります。そして勝利したチームの皆さんには選手サイン入りナンバー T シャツサイン色紙をプレゼントいたしますので、皆さん頑張ってください。
すごいよかったら後でそれ持ってきたら俺もサイン書きます。
皆さんいります？
ルールすみません、1組に2球ずつですね、1組に2球ずつということになります。さあそれでは各、代表者に意気込みを伺いたいと思いますが、代表者の方こちら、吉井チームこちら、じゃあ意気込みをお願いします。
そうですね、こう
こういう感じでね、今日ゲーム開催させてもらっているので、今日はしっかりここで一発ドカンと決めて、魂を見せてやりたいですね。
そうですね、今日は、それやってるので、通訳選んだお願いします。頑張ってください。
はい、ありがとうございます。頑張ってください。それではラッシュチーム。
はい、お願いします。
絶対勝ちます。
OK です。ありがとうございます。
コーチと女の子としゃべる。
さあ、それではですね、これ1投目は僕の合図にしてきますね。じゃあ、1人目の方、準備はよろしいですか？ OK ですか？じゃあ、それでは、いきますよ。
いきますよ。はい。
1人目の方、どうぞ。惜しいですね。
俺の中で入ったよ。
さあ、どんどん投げていって構いませんよ。
思いっきり思いっきりいきましょう。
あ、投げていって大丈夫ですよ。投げて大丈夫ですよ。どんどん投げていきましょう。さあ、どんどん投げていきましょう。
あ、バッテリーできましたっぽい。いきましょう。入るよー。
オッケー。うわ、惜しい。入ってる。
では3人
来い。
目。
うわ。
もう一個いきましょう。
あ、大きい人。いける。はい。
入りました。
大きい人。
はい、次4
大
組目。
きい人。
うまいですね。
惜しい。
さあ、どんどん投げていきましょう。
ちっちゃい子。
思いっきりいきましょう。
大きい人だったらちっちゃい子。
よしさん、次が5組目になり
そう
ます。
ですね。惜しい。ちょっとチャラい人。ちょっと。あ、
さあ、これ惜しかったですね。
さあ、来い。合わせ。あ、ついた。逆にすごい。
はい、思いっきりいきましたよ。
じゃあ、ここはじゃあ、うちは5組目ということになるんですかね。
はい。
じゃあ、次の方。
では5組目同時にいきますか。
じゃあ、いきますよ。
はい。
どうぞ。
頑張って。
オッケー。ピアスパンの茶番スリーさん。来い。合わせ。
ラスト、いきましょう。思いっきり。
終了ということで。じゃあ、ヨッシーチームは0本ということで。
はい、ナシダチームは1本入りました。
一本ということで、勝利は梨田チーム。おめでとうございま
大きい人がいました。
す。大きい人が来ました。大きい人おめでとうございます。さあ、それではね、勝利したチームには選手サイン生 T シャツサイン色紙をプレゼントいたします。さあ、それではここからね、記念撮影を行いますので、皆様中央にお集まりください。さあ、水本さん、どうしましょう。俺どうしましょうかね。
俺が取りましょう。
皆さん違うと。
俺が取ること違いますか。俺が入ると。
じゃあ勝利チームはじゃあボードを持っていただいていいんですかね。じゃあ合図言いますんでね、皆さん笑顔で正面に向いてください。
オッケー、笑顔でいきましょう。
それではいきますよ。
オッケー。
3、2、1、GO！
カモン。
OK です。ありがとうございました。このチャレンジャーの皆さん、大きな拍手お願いします。
大きな拍手お願いします。
そして水本さんもありがとうございました。
ありがとうございました。
ということで以上、中野放送株式会社プレゼンツハーフタイムアトラクションフリースロー対決でした。ありがとうございました。
ここでクラブエベッサ会員に抽選で当たるホテル清流スイートルーム賞の発表です。オフィシャルスポンサーの東大阪石切温泉ホテル清流様よりスイートルームペア宿泊券をプレゼントいただいております。本日ご来場のクラブエベッサ会員に当選者がいます。本日の当選者は会員番号 OE00241-01464 高浦博次さんです。おめでとうございます。当選された高村さんは2階正面付近のクラブエベッサカウンターまでお越しください。
続いて大阪エベッサをサポートしていただいておりますオフィシャルパートナー様をご紹介いたします。ダイヤモンドパートナーヒューマンホールディングス、藤井組、山本商事、プラチナパートナー緊張、エゴザル、光の国、ホテルザグランデ、カースタジオ5、栄光堂本店、 ト、ポタポタクラブ、吉村宇宙建設、ハマテック、日本ニューマジック工業、大阪信用金庫、引っ越し革命、西日本旅客鉄道、インフィニティ、関西未来銀行、タケル、港医科学、プレミアムパートナー、大金商店、安田グループ、J ライン、N クリニック、ソワジマクリニック、エント、コリコテクノサービス、MJC、茨城県、柳本、中村組、RSI ソフトウェア、アーカスジャパン、ドライブステージ、アンタ、トライス、スモカハンナキ、中野運送、イオンモール、エバー航空、上家、
さあここからはバスケットボールの応援機能オンファイヤー使用したファイヤー連打タイムです。皆さんスマートフォンから推し選手を選択してファイヤーボタンで連打しましょう。さあ今すぐスマホを出していただいて選手にファイヤーを送りましょう。それではいきますよ。3、2、1、ファイヤー。さあ今ヒヤから実際にやってくれております。そして横ではスズメも何やら踊ってくれております。
Check out the action here in first 2 quarters of play. This is when Ryan Luther just went nuts. Coming off the bench, he would score 12 points in about 2.5 minutes of play, and that really got his squad to a big lead. They led as much as 12 points at 35-23. Well, credit goes to Kyoto HANNARYZ. They started to plug away little by little, especially in the second quarter. Charles Jackson there, forcing the action, knowing that Ray Parks already in the penalty. Angelo, exceptional passing here. He had 10 assists yesterday, today already with 4. He should have at least 6. Nice play from Makoto. Here, no look pass, and Angelo says, I can also score. He's going to hit a quick 3 a little bit later on. In the wing though. Checking in. New addition, Reita Matsumoto with a 3. There's another assist for Angelo Calawaro. That was the basket late. And then he's going to miss a free throw and goes right back to him. Flipped it up. Heads up play. And that's going to bring the deficit to just 2. As you break down the numbers here, Kyoto HANNARYZ shooting 65% from 2-point distance. That's exceptional. That's exactly what happened yesterday. But the thing is, in terms of overall field goal shooting percentage, it's about even. Overall field goal percentage, 44% for Kyoto, 41% for Osaka, because of the better 3-point shooting at 30.8 as compared to 18.8 from 3-point distance. Free throws, 10 of 12 for Osaka, 9 out of 13 for Kyoto HANNARYZ. But look at this, these two squads taking very good care of the basketball, especially EVESSA with just 1 turnover. Just about a minute and a half before we resume action as we take a look at some of the leaders scoring-wise. 14 points for Luther, 9 points for Herun, and 7 points for Kinoshita. Angelo leading his squad scoring-wise with 13 points. Charles Jackson with 11. And 8 points for Rion Shibuta. In terms of rebounding, 4 boards apiece for Bonds and Luther. 7 each for Charles Jackson and Angelo Calawaro. In terms of dimes, 4 assists for Angelo, 4 assists for Chuchia. Parks with 3, 2 for Ryan Luther, 2 for Mizuno. Well, the big story here is yesterday, Yuta Okada scored 31 points in that losing effort as Kyoto lost 97-95 to Osaka. But today, just with 2 points. He has really been shackled. They've been blitzing him. They've been forcing him to give up that ball as early as possible. And he's just not found the groove. Can he get it going here in the second half? But despite the fact that he only has 2 points, his squad is still just down by 2. That's him on your screens. He's not going to be starting out here in the third. That's quite surprising. Let's see what Coach Roy Rana has up his sleeve. Third quarter is upon us. Foul's going to be called there. Stopping the action, and Maki will pick up his third. While he was holding on to Furukawa, he got caught. Coach Boykin now reminding his players they cannot get into early foul trouble. They got into foul trouble in the first 2 periods with 5:36 in the first and 4:46 to go in the second. Makoto will check in place of Hayato Maki. Charles Jackson, push shot works. He's got 13 points in the contest, and this is our first deadlock of the ball game. We're all square at 46. That's a nice cut. Leo will score. Gives his squad a 2-point lead once again, but that 12-point advantage they had in the first half is all but gone. That would have given them the lead. Rion high off the glass. And we're tied once again, this time at 48. 11 points now for Rion Shibuta. He had 12 yesterday in that 2-point loss. Suzuki staying on his feet. Gets it right back. Finds Bonds. Bonds is looking for a step back three. Forced to put this one up? No. Angelo scores off the break, and this is gonna be the first lead. Wow, 15 points now for Angelo. Look at a great outlet pass. Bonds nudged him just so slightly. But that was more than enough to draw the whistle. Looking to complete a 3-point play and give his squad a 3-point lead. They did not lead the entire first 2 periods, and now they're up by 3. Suzuki trying to rush down court, looking for some early offense. There is no Parks. Parks might not be fielded in until maybe the 5-minute mark of the third. He picked up his 3rd personal foul in the dying seconds of the first half. Here's Furukawa. Furukawa still sets up. His teammate will bring it out. Mizuno. You don't want to risk it. Pocket pass. Jackson almost got his packet picked, and the foul's going to be called on Volodymyr. 2 free throws here for Jackson. Good action. Jackson first. He has missed 2 free throws already. Kyoto has missed a total of 4. They're now 11 of 15. Shooting just about at 70%. Chance of Osaka here as they have possession, but they are down by 5. Jumper for Makoto, yes. That's going to end their drought. I've been silent for quite a while. Nice pass, Jackson. Almost traveled. Losing it, there's Angelo. Almost got it back. Is able to. A counter steal. Angelo turns around. Not going to drop, but that was a very good attempt. He found some space, just couldn't knock it down. But it looks like we're going to stay here in this end. Before Volodymyr could even get there. That's a good call. It's off the back of Osaka EVESSA. Kawashima in. Wasn't as effective in his time on the floor. Furukawa. That rattles out. Furukawa has also not been able to really help his squad out. He's got 3 boards, that's it. Suzuki's floater will not roll in. Jackson will get up. He says he's good to go. Holding onto his finger though. Shibuta to Angelo. Handoff. Shibuta puts that one up. Good boxing out that time. There was no chance for an offensive rebound for the boys in white. Makoto. Volodymyr. Makoto once again up high. Still a lot of time on the shot clock. Makoto will put up a 3 and miss. Charles Jackson picks up another board. Jackson now with a double-double. 15 points, 10 rebounds. Angelo goes inside to Jackson. Jackson's fouled. Charles taking advantage of his heft. Not to mention the fact that he had a step ahead of Matt Bonds. Matt Bonds is listed at 6'5", and Charles Jackson is 6'10". Deep inside that paint, there's really nothing Bonds can do. Leads back up to 5, could be 6. As Jordan Heath gets ready to check in. And take note, Kyoto HANNARYZ is doing all this damage without their main man, Yuta Okada. He's still on the bench. Not quite sure if he's nursing an injury, but he has not played well here today. But his teammates have picked up the slack. Jackson completes that three-point play, and it's now a 6-point advantage at 56-50. Makoto still up at high. Will go inside. His layup was short. Nothing dropping whatsoever here for the hosts. Another solid pick there. Heath to the wing. Furukawa still short. That would have made it a 9-point advantage. So luck still shining on the face here. Volodymyr with the left hand scores. He's in double digits with 11. Jackson will pick up a personal. Charles saying he was just holding his ground. But when he went in a little bit to the body, that was enough for the whistle to be blown. Second personal foul on Charles Jackson. Parks, as expected, will be sent in here. Middle part of the third. They need him. They need his offense. They need his playmaking. They need his outside sniping. Osaka already in the penalty here. With still 5:26 to be played. This is the third straight quarter that they've gotten into early foul trouble. Herun completes a three-point play. Cuts that lead in half from 6-3. Bring it up now, Konishi. A lot of pressure being put up by Tsuchiya. The flip not gonna work. Volodymyr. He copped out at the last minute. Here's Sparks. His shot's going to get blocked by one of the leading shot blockers in the league, in Jordan Heath. Coming off to help on the weak side. 9 seconds still in the shot clock here for Osaka. Shot clock's winding down. It's at 3. Do they realize it? Overshooting. Volodymyr gets his pocket pick. He doesn't like the non-call. But play goes on. Kawashima. Kawashima gets to his spot. It's not gonna drop though. Parks, another rebound. And they'll try to push. Parks with 4 boards. He only has 2 points though. He does have 3 dimes. Kawashima very disappointed there. He got to his spot. Duty foul call on Rion. His second personal and the second team foul as Joji Takeuchi in here together with Matt Bonds. We have not yet seen the return of Ryan Luther with a terrific first half, especially a first quarter. He's back on the floor now. Let's see if he can get it going once again. They need a scoring sock. Bonds, power dribble, no. We'll get that miss. Luther inside will overshoot. Sticks with it. Angelo will plead his case here. The foul might be on him. Are they going to give the foul? And number 24, Faraz Rashid. Faraz is 6'8". He should be blocking up high instead of swiping down low. Third team foul now for Kyoto. Off that first foul from Rashid. Luther makes both, and his squad is just down by one. Shibuto will pick this one up. Sparks has got to be very careful. He almost fouled Kawashima there. Jordan Heath for three, yes! Doesn't take that much from long distance, but got that one to drop. He's gonna give his squad a 4-point advantage. Here's Sparks coming off the curl. Will lose it. Shibuta gets away. Quick timeout will have to be called here by Coach Boykin. Suddenly, after just being down by one, the deficit is expanded to 6 once again. Check that to 5. 66-61.
第7クォーターここから再開となります。サウスコは55対6、優勝6点リードされていますが、まだまだ時間もあります。さあ、皆さん、どうぞこれからよろしくお願いします。
3 minutes, 20 seconds to go here in the third. Takeuchi up high. They try to look inside Bonds. That's a well-run play. Bonds now with 8 points. Lead is still at 4, 61-57. After trailing majority of this game, here in the second half, the pace has been controlled by Kyoto. Angelo working his way inside. Shot will rim out. Lead pass goes to Parks. Sends it out. Bonds for three. That's huge. Quick 5-point swing. 11 points now in the contest here for Matt Bonds. They blitz the ball handler. There's another steal. It's a 3-on-1 break. A 3 is launched by Matt Bonds, and it's now a 2-point advantage enjoyed by Osaka. The momentum clearly now on their side, and so Roy Rana says, we need a timeout.
さあ皆さん準備はいいでしょうか。それではいきますよ。ファウル敗戦振りまくれ。さあ皆さんありがとうございました。さあ大丈夫ですか。はいはい。さあ皆さん手拍子クラップ。クラップクラップクラップクラップ。勢いつけていきましょうここから。さあここまで守備みんなで守っていきましょう。
That's a great basket there. And suddenly, even coming off that timeout, able to score once again is Osaka, and they're up by 4. What a dramatic turnaround here in the last few minutes of the third. Shibuta will come up short. We go right back to Ryan. Let's see if they look for the hot hand, which is Matt Bonds. Not a good foul by Furukawa. But they're not yet in the penalty. So, that foul will put them in the penalty. Didn't really need to foul him in that instance. Interestingly, there is still no Yuta Okada. He might not be at 100%. Ryan Luther with a push shot. Lead is back up to 6. 18 points now in the contest for Ryan, as he's now starting to find his range here in the third. He was on target in the first. Angelo. Quick attack. It's going to be a block on Bonds. He took the brunt of that as he's holding on to his chin. Ooh. Leading there with the elbow. Third personal foul going to be called on Matt. The 2 free throws coming up here for Angelo. Free throw won't drop there for Angelo. 67-62 is our tally. Final minute of the third. This minute looked like Kyoto was taking control of this match, leading by 6. Now they trail by 5. Putback not going to work there for Luther. Angelo trying to push the pace. Foul's going to be called on Takeuchi. Not wanting to give the easy shot there. That's a good foul. Charles Jackson was just too deep inside. First personal foul on Joji. He takes a seat. Charles trying to take advantage and get 2 points here. He'll make the first. Leo back. Bonds given a breather. As Herun checks in. Turns out to be a very good foul there by Takeuchi as he saved the point for his squad. 4-point lead enjoyed by the hosts. Parks launches a 3. Short. Shibuta. Pass a little bit too deep. Shibuta left wide open for 3. You cannot leave him that wide open. He'll make you pay. Now 16 points and the lead has been cut down to just 1. Final attempt at the basket here. Volodymyr, up and under move, yes. And that's where we will end third quarter hostilities. Strong finish by Osaka here in the third as they still lead by 3, 69 to 66. What a tremendous start to the fourth quarter here for Angelo. Sneaking in 2 points. He's got 19 points in total. And he cuts the lead down to 1. Volodymyr will overshoot. Angelo will pick up that rebound and push. Angelo now with 17 points. Check that, 19 points and 10 boards. Now Ashima left wide open. Rattles that one through. It's now a 2-point lead enjoyed by the visiting squad. What a quick turnaround here to begin the fourth. If you're just joining us, these two squads faced each other yesterday and winning 97-95 was Osaka. Volodymyr, yes. We're tied at 71. There's a steal. Parks for 2. That breaks the deadlock. 73-71. We've seen a couple of quick baskets from both these squads to begin the fourth. Kawashima now using that pick. Finds Jackson in rhythm. Jackson will overshoot though. Luther to the corner. Parks will overshoot as well. Kurokawa stops, pops, and hits. And a foul looks like it's going to be called here on Ray Parks. Looks like there was a slight nudge on Angelo deep inside. There it was. Referee saw that. That'll be number 4 on Ray. He's going to have to go to the bench. That's going to hurt. Now Coach Boykin having to make a lot of adjustments now. Kurokawa. Yes! What a time for him to find his range. His first bucket. Lead is back up to 4. Actually, he's got 6 points. That was his second bucket here in the quarter. Active hands there by Charles Jackson. Actually, that's an easy block for the 6'10" Charles. Volodymyr. I was going to be called on Charles Jackson. He's not happy. Actually, there's been a lot of contact, really. A lot more than that one. And that's why you understand his frustration. That'll be foul number 3. Chia in. Replacing Hayato Maki. It's a 4-point lead enjoyed by Kyoto. The basketball though is with Osaka. Block will be called. Volodymyr Hiron trying to make things happen for his team. Beat Charles. But Kawashima there will be called for reaching in. Coach Roy Rana still working on the referees there. (77-74) is our tally. A lot of time still remaining in this one. Second will drop. And it's now just a 1 possession affair. Kawashima. Now Angelo. Rion left wide open. And he hits another three. That's the third three here in the fourth period. What a time for Kyoto to find their range. Bonds tries to force the issue. And again, active hands there from Kawashima. Denying that pass to get to the wing. 80-75. 3 minutes gone here in the final period. Suzuki has to be sent back in despite his foul trouble. People check in. That will give Angelo maybe a bit around a 2-minute breather. But still, no Yuta Okada here for the squad of Kyoto. They still got the lead. Almost a travel. Putback not going to work. Volodymyr just too deep inside. It goes to Bonds. What a sequence there. 3 points separating these two teams. Shibuta will go to Heath. Furukawa gets away. He's got 8 points. All of them here in the fourth. Almost a backcourt violation. It's good, says the referees. Tsuchiya with a jumper, yes. He's got that medium range jumper. And he uses that weapon so well. Kawashima really trying to take advantage of the smaller Suzuki. That's a good pass. And it's going to drop here for Charles Jackson. Another foul going to be called on Volodymyr. 21 points now for Charles Jackson. What a strong offensive night for Charles. Really wanting to come up with a victory here. They need this win to close the gap between them and the teams above, trying to all make it to the wild card round, through the wild card phase. Ahead of them is Shimane Susano Magic in the Western Conference. This is a Western Conference matchup. Leads back up to 5. After the official timeout, which is the first dead ball situation past the 5-minute mark, expect Parks to come back in, especially since this deficit is already a huge one at 5. Bonds, step back 3, a little bit too strong. Heath has really done his job on the boards. He's got 5, only 5 points. Heath for 3, yes, that rattles through. That is his second 3. He likes to score in the break more than anything else, but now he's got 2 threes. And this is an 8-point advantage at 87-79. Bonds almost lost it. Picked up there by Furukawa. Ball still alive. Not quite sure why they wanted to foul there. Foul will be called in Matsumoto. That's going to bring us to this technical timeout. But again, there was really no early attack. Not quite sure why they wanted to pick up another cheap foul, but more action coming your way right after this break.
activity. 再開となります。さあ、皆さん、これアップいきましょう。
Back to the action for the wind up of this one. Furukawa, that's gonna drop. Actually, that might be a tip in, but they're gonna say points will go to Mizuno. He's got 7 in total. But more importantly, the lead is at 10. Bonds and company need to score here. That was a power dribble move. And Matt Bonds needed that one. Osaka needed that one. Still no Ray Parks. They're going to need to get him in the ball game soon, because this lead is now such a big one at 8. There's Parks. They need one strong push. The problem is defensively, he's going to be handcuffed. Bonds makes the free throw, but the deficit is still at 7. Can't add the controls. That's a poor pass. Touch last though by Ryan Luther. So now the import combination is Luther and Bonds. More lethal from the outside, but really no inside presence though without Herun. Not a comfortable lead at all. Almost a steal. They say steal the ball of the visitors. But the shot clock is down to 3.5. Pretty good effort by Tsuchiya. Long pass intercepted. Parks will force the issue. And they're going to call him for traveling. He can't believe it. He lost it off the swipe. That's why you can understand why he feels that should still be their ball. But after seeing that replay, it was a good call. Angelo will hold on to it first. Then they want to get that ball right back to him. It's a late whistle, but nonetheless, the correct call. And that foul from Matt Bonds will put their team in the penalty. That's going to be very hard to steal the ball from Rion. He shields that ball so well, and not to mention the fact he's 5'10". Matt Bonds is 6'5". Furukawa puts up a 3, just short. Luther will go up high. Bonds inside. Parks. He made sure there was some contact, and Kawashima is done for the day. Sticking a little too close there was Hayato. It's shower time for him as he fouls out. Charles Jackson back. One of the heroes here. so far for Roy Rana. Heath has had pretty good numbers, 10 points, 6 boards. But Charles Jackson had a better offensive night overall. Bonds will take a seat. Herun back in. They need him there for rebounding. So that means Ryan Luther and Parks will look to take up the cudgels from the outside. First free throw will drop. So with that last foul from Kawashima, that will also put Kyoto in the penalty. So we're going to have free throws the rest of the way. Parks will miss. He'll get it back. Back to Ray. Ray will bring it out. Suzuki couldn't launch. Angelo just closed the door on him. 14-second. He only had that one because it was an offensive rebound, so that'll be a shot clock violation. And a good spot here are Kyoto HANNARYZ. They are 5 games behind the Magic in the Western Conference for the wild card spot. They need to continue to make up ground with a victory here and hope the Magic lose some of their encounters. Angelo using a lot of time there. Shot clock is down to 4. Furukawa realizes it. Step back, 3. That hits the front of the rim. Luther forces the issue. Will come up short. The putback drops. He's got 20 points. The lead's been cut down to 4. And a lot of time still remaining here. More than 2 minutes. Angelo will give it back out. And use some precious seconds. Angelo finds Rion. Rion blocked! And the foul's going to be called on Herun. Let's see if there really was a foul here. Well, there was a shove. And as we mentioned earlier, both teams in the penalty, so free throws coming up. Jackson short on the first. These are crucial free throws. Jackson has already missed 4 here tonight. As a whole, they are 15 out of 23. So they have missed 8. Half missed by Jackson. Another miss. They're playing 5-on-4 here. Quickly getting back into the picture. Furukawa, early shot will drop for Hayato Maki. And they're within 1. 89 to 88. Those are 2 big misses. Rion short. Volodymyr with the rebound. Here's Suzuki. They'll give it up. Suzuki. Nice find there. At Bonds with a timely cut. That was a fishing expedition, as you see. Just making contact there with the body of Charles. Charles not happy. That is foul number 4. Two big free throws this time for Matt Bonds and Osaka. The first to tie. We're tied at 89. This for the lead. After being down by 5 points here in the final 2 minutes. There's a miss. Fourth miss from the free throw line for Osaka. Shooting above 85%. Are we smelling overtime? Rion from deep. Bang! What a dagger from Rion Shibuta. Yesterday with 12 points. Final minute and 6 seconds of this one here. At the top of the coverage, we promised you a close game. And this game is living up to the billing. 97-95 was the final score yesterday. Osaka winning. Right now they're down. They were down by 3, now just down by 1. Off that inside incursion from Hayato Maki. Shibuta will bring this one down. The squad up by 1. Under a minute remaining here. Sticking close. Suzuki. Maki picks him up. Off the curl. Furukawa. Off the glass. No. Chance for Parks and company after Ray picks up another rebound. A lot of time still under shot clock. Parks from 15 feet. Yes! It's a 1-point lead now for the boys in blue at 93-92. Parks not wanting to shy away from the big moment. Knocks that one down. His team up by 1 and a timeout will be called by HANNARYZ. Coming off the timeout. Exceptional turn. And Furukawa, this guy doesn't shy away. He just missed earlier, but right now they gave him the other opportunity and he knocks that one down. Watch it here. Coming off the timeout. Quick basket. Well run play. That was actually run to perfection. Timeout now for Osaka.
Take a repeat. さあ、この残りの17.4秒。さあ、回答できまして、ベスラーの力を結集して、通りに行きましょう。さあ、フラップ。
17.4 remaining here. Down by 1. EVESSA. Suzuki finds Bonds. Bonds needs to make his move here. Puts up a jumper. That will give them the marginal basket. 3.1 remaining in this one. We're going back and forth, back and forth. And now it's a 1-point lead by Osaka. Final timeout going to be called here by Kyoto. 3.1 remaining. Watch it once again. Getting to his spot. Over the outstretched arms of Angelo. He drains it. Osaka now on the verge of winning back-to-back victories here. This for the win. Angelo puts up a long one. Hits the front of the rim. Not quite sure why they didn't want to have something going towards the basket because Osaka was in the penalty. Osaka will win back-to-back victories here this weekend. They won by 2 yesterday, 97-95. And today, they win 95-94. So with the victory, Osaka will improve to 25-24, one game above 500, the exact same record as Kyoto HANNARYZ. A tremendous matchup we just witnessed here as Coach Roy Rana and his boys. Nothing to be ashamed of. They did everything they possibly could to come away with a win. But just hitting the better shots and the big shots in the end was Osaka EVESSA. The biggest of which was the one from Matt Bonds. Stick around as we're going to hear from Coach Ruben Boykin and some of the stars of today's win.
それではルーベン・ボイキンヘッドコーチ代行にお話を伺います。ボイキンヘッドコーチ代行、よろしくお願いします。
All right, konnichiwa, everybody. Good to see you guys.
皆さんこんにちは。
It was a great game. This morning or this afternoon, I wasn't expecting our head coach Theo to be out. He's the life of our team, and him being out was a lot today.
そうですね、自分としては、今日ヘッドコーチ代行をするとは思ってなかったんですけども、今日、こうやって、やるっていうことが分かったときは、ちょっといろいろ考えさせるものがありました。
Everybody on the coaching staff, everybody in the training staff, all the players stepped up to another level today, and it was incredible.
そうですね、今日はチーム全員ですね、選手、チームスタッフ、コーチ陣、トレーナー陣、全員が、ステップアップ、今日の試合の中でできたんちゃうかなと思ってます。
Every player here. I want to say every player here made big plays, incredible plays. And I just want to say to the fans, you guys gave us the best energy that you could have possibly had. The dog fight was in you guys, and it carried to the win. Thank you.
そうですね、選手全員が、素晴らしい、プレーをしてくれたかなと思っています。そうやってプレーができたのは皆さんの、素晴らしい、エナジーのおかげで、こうやって選手が素晴らしいプレーできたと思っています。本当に感謝してます。ありがとうございます。
ありがとうございました。ルベン・ボイキンヘッドコーチ代行のインタビューでした。それでは続いては本日活躍した選手マン・オブ・ザ・ゲームを発表したいと思います。本日のマン・オブ・ザ・ゲームはマット・ボン選手です。さあ勝利を決定づけるシュートを決めてくれましたマット・ボン選手。そのマット・ボン選手には中野運送株式会社代表取締役社長中野克彦様より商品券10万円分がこちら贈呈されます。ありがとうございます。中野様ありがとうございました。それでは続いてマット・ボン選手にお話を伺いたいと思います。おめでとうございます。
ありがとうございます。前の奥にこんばんは。
素晴らしい。さあ今日昨日に続き、2連勝となりました。今の気持ちをまずお聞かせください。
I think we all played together. We played hard for each other in the absence of coach. Kyoto's a good team, but we played our style this weekend, and we were happy to get 2 wins in front of the fans.
そうですね、チーム一丸となって、ハードにプレーして、素晴らしい試合展開になったかなと思ってます。京都さんは素晴らしい、チームだと思ってますし、タフになると思ってたんですけども、今日は、チーム全員で戦えて、本当に良かったかなと思ってます。
さあ今日は22得点と大活躍でした。ご自身のプレー振り返ってみていかがでしょうか。
I was just trying to bring energy to the team. I think that's what I do best, and just have fun with my guys. So I have fun. Thank you.
そうですね、得点とかスタッツというよりも自分はやっぱチームにエナジーをもたらさなあかんなっていうのがありますし、もう一つがこの試合をやっぱり楽しまなあかんなっていうのがあるんで、それができて今日は良かったかなと思ってます。
それでは最後に今日本当に大きな声を送ってくれましたベッサーの皆さんへのメッセージと次の試合に向けての意気込みをお願いします。
thank you for coming out. We're still fighting to finish the season strong. We'll work hard next week, and we hope you support us for the rest of the season.
はい、いつもサポート、してもらって本当にありがとうございます。まだまだシーズンが続きますんで、ぜひ、応援よろしくお願いします。で、来週もアウェー、試合が続きますけども、ぜひまた、サポート応援よろしくお願いします。
ちょっと待ってください。Osaka Soul やったで。3、2、1。Osaka Soul やったで。
あ、吉本さんも知らなかった。ありがとうございました。さあ、それでは松本選手にはこちらカメラの方にサインをしていただきます。さあ、今日は最後に勝負を決めるシュートを、決めてくれましたマット・ボンズ選手。さあ、最後には大阪ソウルやったるでとアドリブを飛び出しました。そして今鈴音が持ってきました熊のぬいぐるみにもサインをしていただきます。さあ、素敵な日本語も話してくれますマット・ボンズ選手。さあ、そしてこのぬいぐるみを持って再び記念撮影を行っていただきます。
Stick around for the highlights, and then we're going to break down the numbers before we call it a coverage. But again, a tremendous match we just witnessed here. A 1-point win by Osaka over Kyoto, 95-94.
一番大阪ソウルを燃やしてくれた選手を選出しております。本日の大阪ソウル賞は松本玲太選手です。おめでとうございます。いや、しびれるスリーポイントでした。
Enjoy the highlights of this one. This went down all the way to the wire. But again, as you can see there, Yuta Okada was part of the action. He was part of the starting five. But he was not fielded in at all in the second half. That is very surprising. He must be under the weather or nursing an injury, because he is their main man. And yesterday, he scored 31 points to lead the charge. Unfortunately, though, for Kyoto, still another loss. Luther will check in late in the second part of the first quarter, and he'd score 12 points. Nice turn there from Konishi. Look at the field goal numbers collectively. Kyoto shooting 47% from the field. Osaka 45%. That's how close it was once again. Some more pertinent numbers. Look at the assist department. 25 assists for Kyoto. 23 assists for Osaka. Really very close. In terms of steals, 8 steals for Osaka, 6 steals for Kyoto. In terms of rebounding, Osaka with a slight edge, +6, 47-41. Looking at the free throw numbers, Osaka scoring 18 out of 22 attempts. On the other side, Kyoto got 15 points out of 24. So they had 9 misses. And those 9 misses really actually spelled the difference. There's one of the misses which actually helped them out, as Angelo got that one to drop right before the halftime break. At the end of the first period, it was 25-15 in favor of Osaka. And as you saw there on your screens, it was 46-44 at the halftime break. Look at this great rebound by Charles. And he sends off Angelo. Running as Angelo scores. Kissing it off with the left hand. Volodymyr would complete that three-point play. It was back and forth in the third. Actually, there was a big lead at 6, 56-50 in favor of Kyoto. But at the end of the third period, Osaka would still take a 3-point lead. Yato drains that three. He would foul out eventually. Good passing once again in the interior as Hirun would score. Look at that steal. Parks will convert. Parks would finish with 7 points, 7 rebounds, and 4 assists. Now here, Furukawa getting that three to drop. Plus a foul there from Ray Parks. He's gonna hit another three. So Furukawa found his range late in this game. He would finish with 10 points. But Bonds finished this game strong. Maki for three. He would have 5 points in the final minute and a half. That was a big three by Rion, and it looked like they were on their way to victory. But coming up with a big basket here was Ray Parks. That would give them the 1-point lead. Timeout called, and Furukawa will score here off that well-designed play off the timeout. And then this was the winning basket. From 16 feet, falling away. Matt Bonds drains it. One final play. Not the best of attempts. They should have had something going towards the basket, as Matt Bonds says, thank you very much for your support as they won this one. By the slimmest of margins, winning this 95-94 was Osaka EVESSA. Look at the big discrepancy there. Shooting 59% from 2 as compared to just 50% for Osaka. But Osaka actually made more field goals, 28-56. From 3-point distance, 4 more threes for Kyoto. That was led by the 2 threes of Furukawa. 8 turnovers for Osaka, 10 for Kyoto. Some more numbers. You see the 18 and 9 there. Those are the points off turnovers, as we have the scoring leaders. Matt Bonds would finish with 22 points. Ryan Luther would have 20, and Volodymyr Herun with 18. So 3 world imports really coming up strong and big for Osaka EVESSA. Shibuta would finish with 22 points, 21 for Charles Jackson, and Angelo would finish with 19 points. Jordan Heath not really scoring too much, but the big difference really was the fact that Yuta Okada was a non-factor here today. Rebounding leaders, 11 rebounds each for Ryan Luther and Angelo Kalawaro. And in assists, Tuchia coming off the bench with 4 assists, and Angelo with 7. He would have 10 yesterday. As we look at the key player matchup, on the floor for essentially the same amount of time, just 2 more minutes for Volodymyr as compared to Charles. Charles would score 3 more points, but again, just about even the rest of the numbers here. But in the end, Osaka and Volodymyr Herun will come away with the victory as they improve to 25-24. So they've won back-to-back, talking about Osaka, after a 3-game slide. On the other side, back-to-back losses after a 3-game winning streak for Kyoto HANNARYZ. So Osaka on its way up, Kyoto HANNARYZ in the opposite direction. And that's going to do it for our coverage. We'd like to thank all of you for joining us for B-League action. Till next week, take care, everybody. Thanks for joining us this Sunday evening. Till next time, take care. God bless.